And society is right back toward the inside. Goodnight Olive, just over 16 to go.
Well, no, Irad, he said he asked her to put away the speed. He said she accelerated so fast for him, and she kind of got to the front. He said, I only really hit her one time because I felt clear. The other horse made a big run. The horse from Florida, Shug's horse, made a big run at her, but I think Irad knew he was safe. So coming off a layoff, I think I said in an earlier interview, to me that's the toughest race. It's 7/8 off the shelf.
Yeah, and to that end, I mean, what were you looking at in terms of choosing this, or what were your options when you were coming into this one?
Well, Chad and I talked about it, and we just felt like she loves this track. She loves Keeneland. She loves the Keeneland, the atmosphere. 7/8 seems to be her distance. It just kind of sets her up for the year going forward.
And the year going forward, like what are your...
Well, the classic line you always say is, we'll see how they come out and we'll look down the road. But, there's a lot of good races for her. If she comes out well, we might look at the race at Churchill on Derby Day, but that's 4 weeks, so that's kind of quick.
Would that be the Derby City Distaff?
Yes,
Derby City
Distaff. Yeah, I think we'd want to go there, and maybe if things went better, we'd see from there, trying to stretch her out a little bit. But we'll see. It's a long season, and I trust Chad's decision making because unfortunately he couldn't beat her. They had 9 horses in an aqueduct, so.
At the end of the race, I mean, she was well in hand, obviously, but still, did it make you? Were you nervous at all, or did you figure Irad knows what in the world he's doing?
Yeah,
obviously.
I knew when Irad picked back, I knew he had more horse, and I said, Irad, you had to run a little bit today, and he said, Irad said, I only really popped her one time, and he said she really accelerated what he asked. She's trained so well, she's done so well at Keeneland that we just felt like this was the right place to start.
It's one thing to see 2 to 5 in the morning light. When you see it on the tote board when the race starts, I mean, does that make you that much more nervous to live up to it?
I don't really get nervous, but you get nervous because of all it means to your partners. I have 5 wonderful partners, and we have team handling along with us, and you just want everybody to be successful because everybody expects to win at 2 to 5. The bettor expects to win, and so do the owners. And you can, as we all know, you can get beat at 2 to 5. But she did. When she moved, I knew Irad had a lot of horse. I'm watching the replay right over your shoulder right now. She took the lead really quickly. Yeah. So she's got a big acceleration. He really asked her. So just fun to have these kind.
I was going to say, how cool was it to own her?
I was lucky enough to own a champion named Day at the Spa. And when this filly broke her maiden, I was home. And I told my wife when this filly broke her maiden, I said, that may be the best horse we ever owned. And she looked at me and said, what? You got to be kidding me. I said, I think this filly's that good, and she's lived up to her expectations.
And you would say that, I mean, I would think you would say that now and underscore it, right? That she's the best of them.
No question. The numbers she's running, just her ability. I was talking to Liz Crow last night, who bought this filly, and I said, I've always had good turf horses. And it's kind of fun to have a dirt horse. Chad gets the Frankel. People used to say Frankel didn't train many dirt horses. Chad can train a dirt horse too. So he's done great.
Were there any second thoughts about bringing her back for a 5-year-old campaign? Or
I was interviewed right after, and there was absolutely no consideration. We just knew we wanted to race. It's a racing partnership. So, and being by Go Sapper, I saw her this week when I came in on Tuesday morning. I hadn't seen her since January. She had filled out a little more in her chest and neck, and she's really developed. And I think that Go Sapper, one of my good friends told me that he said that happens with the Go Sappers. They get better with age. So.